Welcome to the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Prepcast, where we guide you through everything you need to know for your certification exam. Whether you're just starting or looking to refine your knowledge, this course will set you up for success. Brought to you by baremetalcyber.com. Let's get started. Amazon Lightsail exists to simplify cloud computing for people and organizations who don't need the full complexity of EC2 and VPC design. At its heart, Lightsail is a virtual private server platform that packages compute, storage, and networking into easy-to-purchase bundles. Instead of choosing from dozens of EC2 families and configuring subnets, Lightsail users can launch a working server with predictable pricing and minimal setup. For learners, it helps to picture Lightsail as the starter kit version of AWS, everything you need to run a small application presented in a single box, without the advanced customization that enterprises require. One of Lightsail's most popular features is its catalog of blueprints. These are pre-configured application stacks that launch with a single click. Options include WordPress for blogs, LAMP and LEMP stacks for web servers, Node.js environments for developers, and many more. Blueprints allow beginners to skip hours of installation and configuration work. For example, a user launching a WordPress site doesn't need to worry about Linux distributions, PHP versions, or database setup. The blueprint handles it all. It's like buying a furnished apartment instead of starting with bare walls. Lightsail's pricing model is another major draw. Instead of variable hourly billing, it offers predictable monthly plans that include compute, storage, and bandwidth. Each plan specifies CPU, memory, disk space, and a fixed data transfer allowance. This predictability is appealing for small businesses and hobbyists who don't want surprise bills. Beginners should think of it as a cell phone plan. You pay a flat monthly fee for a package of minutes, texts, and data. While not as flexible as EC2's granular model, it offers peace of mind and budget clarity. Every Lightsail plan bundles more than just compute power. Instances, storage volumes, and networking are integrated into the same product, simplifying the learning curve. For example, allocating a static IP to a server or attaching additional storage volumes is handled within the same console. Beginners can imagine this as buying a laptop with the charger, case, and software suite all included. You don't need to assemble components separately. The simplicity is intentional. Lightsail hides the knobs and levers that make EC2 powerful but intimidating to newcomers. Networking in Lightsail is designed to be beginner-friendly. Users can allocate static IPs so their applications remain reachable even if the underlying server changes. Built-in DNS management allows domains to be pointed at Lightsail resources without needing Route 53. For learners, this is like having a personal assistant who not only assigns you a phone number, but also lists it in the directory for others to find. These features streamline deployment for users unfamiliar with DNS and networking complexities. Lightsail also includes a lightweight load balancer service. While less sophisticated than elastic load balancing, it allows simple distribution of traffic across multiple instances. For example, a blog experiencing high traffic can add additional Lightsail instances and spread requests among them with minimal configuration. Beginners should picture this as hiring an extra cashier when lines get long, without retraining staff or redesigning the store. Lightsail's load balancing gives small apps basic scalability without diving into auto-scaling groups or advanced routing rules. Another key feature is Lightsail's managed databases. Users can provision MySQL or PostgreSQL databases with simplified options, avoiding the steep learning curve of Amazon RDS. Backups, patching, and basic monitoring are included, making it suitable for small workloads that don't demand fine-grained configuration. Beginners should think of this as a small cafe that provides meals without requiring you to source ingredients, hire a chef, and clean the kitchen afterward. It may not support enterprise-scale traffic, but for many it's exactly what's needed. Lightsail supports containers as well, allowing developers to deploy Docker workloads without setting up ECS or EKS clusters. The service abstracts orchestration complexity, letting users push container images and launch services directly. Beginners can see this as a food truck instead of a full restaurant. fast, portable, and simplified. Lightsail containers make cloud-native workflows approachable for teams experimenting with microservices or lightweight containerized apps. Snapshots and backups are built into Lightsail, offering simple restore options if something goes wrong. Users can take snapshots of instances, databases, or disks and recover from them later. This feature provides peace of mind for learners experimenting with new configurations or developers deploying updates. It's like saving a checkpoint in a video game. If the next level goes badly, you can reload and try again. These easy recovery tools reinforce Lightsail's appeal as a safe platform for learning and experimentation. Monitoring in Lightsail is intentionally simplified. Basic metrics such as CPU usage, memory, and disk activity are available, along with simple alerts. While not as comprehensive as CloudWatch, this lightweight observability is sufficient for most small projects. Beginners should imagine dashboard warning lights on a car. You don't get full diagnostic detail, but you do see when something is overheating or running low. For small apps, this level of visibility strikes the right balance between simplicity and usefulness. Security is also streamlined. Lightsail uses SSH keys for secure server access, automatically generating and distributing them. It includes a simple firewall configuration that lets users open or close common ports like HTTP or SSH with a few clicks. Beginners should think of this as a lock-and-key system, where the landlord hands you the keys to the apartment along with a checklist of which doors to keep open. It avoids the complexity of security groups and network ACLs found in EC2 while still providing essential controls. The trade-off for simplicity is limitations. Lightsail lacks advanced features like granular IAM integration, custom VPC networking, or support for massive scaling. It is not intended for high-performance or enterprise workloads. Beginners should think of Lightsail as training wheels. It helps you learn to ride safely, but isn't built for professional racing. When workloads grow complex, migrating to EC2, RDS, or ECS provides the advanced flexibility and scale that Lightsail omits by design. Common use cases for Lightsail include personal blogs, proof-of-concept environments, small business websites, and lightweight applications. It shines when ease of use and predictable pricing are more important than advanced capabilities. For learners, it's best to view Lightsail as a cloud starter kit, a way to deploy quickly and confidently without getting lost in the depth of the broader AWS ecosystem. As needs grow, applications can graduate to more powerful AWS services, but Lightsail provides the gentle on-ramp. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Lightsail environments can connect to broader AWS resources through VPC peering. This allows a Lightsail instance to interact with services such as S3 or DynamoDB inside the same AWS account, expanding its capabilities. For example, a Lightsail-hosted website could store files in S3 or log data to CloudWatch through a peered connection. Beginners should imagine building a doorway from a cozy studio apartment into a larger house. You keep the simplicity of Lightsail, but gain access to the features of EC2-scale AWS infrastructure. This flexibility is important for hybrid use cases. If workloads outgrow Lightsail, snapshots provide a bridge to EC2. You can export a Lightsail snapshot and launch it as an EC2 instance, gaining access to advanced features like auto-scaling, elastic load balancing, and full VPC networking. Beginners should see this as starting with training wheels on a bicycle and later removing them when you're ready for full-speed riding. Migration ensures that investing in Lightsail isn't a dead end. It's a stepping stone to the broader AWS ecosystem as complexity increases. Lightsail also offers a built-in content delivery network, making it easy to distribute content globally without configuring CloudFront directly. For static websites or media-heavy apps, enabling the CDN reduces latency for users worldwide. Beginners can think of this as installing branch libraries in multiple neighborhoods so readers don't need to travel across town. The CDN integrates seamlessly into the Lightsail console, reinforcing the platform's focus on convenience. As databases scale, many teams find the need to migrate from Lightsail's managed databases to Amazon RDS. While Lightsail databases are easy to start with, RDS provides advanced features such as multi-AZ replication, automated failover, and broader engine choices. Beginners should imagine upgrading from a cafe kitchen to a full commercial restaurant kitchen. Both can cook meals, but only the latter can handle high demand consistently. For mission-critical workloads, RDS is the natural progression beyond Lightsail's simplified database offerings. IAM integration is more limited in Lightsail, but best practice still demands least privilege principles. Use Lightsail console access only for users who need it, and delegate finer-grained permissions at the account level where possible. Beginners should think of this as handing out keys only to trusted roommates instead of letting every visitor into the apartment. Even in a simplified platform, governance matters. The exam may test awareness that Lightsail lacks the deep IAM controls of EC2, but still supports basic access management. Automation with Lightsail is possible through its CLI and API. Scripts can launch instances, create snapshots, or configure DNS records. While not as powerful as CloudFormation or Terraform on EC2, these tools allow repeatable deployments without manual clicks. Beginners should see this as pre-programming coffee machines. You press one button each morning, and the setup repeats reliably. Even simplified environments benefit from automation to save time and reduce human error. Scaling patterns in Lightsail focus on vertical and basic horizontal approaches. You can scale vertically by moving to a larger plan, adding CPU and RAM. Horizontally, Lightsail's load balancer allows spreading requests across multiple instances. While it lacks advanced auto-scaling, these methods still provide options for growth. Beginners should picture this as upgrading from a single delivery bike to multiple bikes with one dispatcher. It may not be as advanced as a logistics fleet, but it gets the job done for smaller businesses. For observability, Lightsail integrates selectively with CloudWatch. Metrics like CPU or network can be forwarded to CloudWatch for deeper dashboards and alarms, but the built-in console also provides basic alerts. Beginners should think of this as starting with a dashboard that shows only speed and fuel, but upgrading to one that adds GPS, diagnostics, and traffic reports. Lightsail offers enough to stay informed but provides pathways into more advanced AWS monitoring when necessary. Cost management in Lightsail is simplified by its flat plans, but watchouts remain. Data transfer allowances can be exceeded, leading to extra charges. Snapshots also incur storage costs if retained excessively. Beginners should picture this as a cell phone plan. The monthly cost is predictable, but roaming or too many backups can still raise the bill. Keeping an eye on usage prevents surprises and keeps Lightsail's simplicity intact. Recovery testing should not be overlooked. Snapshots make backup creation easy, but resilience comes only if teams practice restoring from them. Beginners should see this as checking that spare keys actually open the lock. Without testing, backups remain theoretical. Lightsail makes the process simple enough that recovery drills can be performed regularly without heavy effort, ensuring confidence during real incidents. Like other AWS services, Lightsail imposes service quotas and limits. There are caps on the number of instances, databases, and load balancers, reflecting its small-scale intent. Beginners should picture this as renting a small office with a limited number of desks. It's fine for a startup, but not designed for an enterprise with hundreds of employees. Awareness of limits ensures workloads don't hit walls unexpectedly. From an exam perspective, Lightsail is the answer when simplicity, predictable pricing, and rapid deployment matter more than deep customization. If the scenario describes a personal blog, a proof of concept, or a small business site needing low operational overhead, Lightsail fits. If it mentions complex VPC networking, advanced IAM policies, or enterprise-grade scaling, EC2 and related services are the correct choices. Recognizing this boundary is key to exam success. In practice, Lightsail functions best as an entry-level platform that graduates users into the broader AWS ecosystem as needs grow. A blog may start on Lightsail and later migrate to EC2 and RDS as traffic increases. A developer may test a microservice on Lightsail containers before deploying to ECS. Beginners should think of Lightsail as the front porch of AWS, approachable, friendly, and welcoming, but not the whole house. It helps learners and small teams succeed early, then points them toward advanced services when the time is right. In conclusion, Lightsail offers a streamlined approach to cloud hosting with predictable pricing and bundled simplicity. It is perfect for small projects, quick starts, and learners, while still providing pathways to larger AWS services. For learners, the message is clear. Start small with Lightsail, focus on simplicity and experimentation, and move into EC2, RDS, or ECS as workloads grow. Lightsail is AWS's way of saying, the cloud doesn't need to be overwhelming. It can start simple and scale when you're ready. That concludes today's episode of the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Prepcast. Be sure to tune in for the next episode and visit us online at baremetalcyber.com or cyberauthor.me for more resources, including news, mailing lists, YouTube videos, podcasts, and much more.